Hi, I am Mrs. Jardine, and we are going to talk about 4.2 in your biology book, which is about all this demography and stuff. So demography is the study of human population size, density, distribution, movement, birth, and death rates. So right here, this shows you where most of the people are found in the world. So weirdly enough, not a lot of people are up here in the tundra because it's cold. Here again, not a lot of people are up there. That's why they have those TV shows that are like exploring Alaska or whatever they call them, where all these people move off the grid into Alaska and all that stuff. Isn't it weird though? Australia is beautiful and there's not very many people there. So this shows you where most of the people are. It's kind of interesting. Let's see. These are a bunch of terms. Birth rate is the number of births per thousand. Population per year. Death rate is number of deaths. So to figure out, one way to figure out if the population is increasing is if the birth rate is higher than the death rate. And something else you have to take in mind is immigration. Immigration is movement into a population. Emigration is movement out of a population. So like I used to live in Minnesota for like 29 years. Okay. So I immigrated to Wisconsin. So I increased the population of Wisconsin with my husband and daughter at the time. So by 3. So emigration, I emigrated out of Minnesota. I immigrated into Wisconsin. So the birth rate minus the death rate, that equals the population growth rate. And doubling time is the amount of time needed for a population to double in size. So those are just the terms from this section. Kind of a lot of them. So here's an age structure diagram. They're super interesting, and remember how it takes a long time to read a paragraph to figure out what's going on? If you just look at a picture, look at this diagram, you can figure out, oh, okay, well, right here, this is if you know how to read it. The bottom one, the red one, is the pre-reproductive age, so it's 0 to 14. So there's no babies being born in ages 0 to 14. So those are the children. The reproductive ages is 15 to 44. So at those ages, you have the ability to have a baby. And then post-reproductive age is blue, that you don't have a baby usually after those 45 to 84 to 100 or whatever. So then to figure out if the population is growing, you would look to see like this one. These ones would be growing because look at how many kids there are. In 10 years, those children will be having, most of them will be having babies. And so that is ginormous because look at how many are going to be having babies. So this is a growing population. This one is a slowly growing one because there's a little bit more children than there are reproductive age, but not a lot more. So it's going to grow. The population's still growing, but not a ton. This one's stable. They're about even. And then there's just this one is declining because the number of children are less than the number in the reproductive age. So that means it's declining. So this changes, obviously, every 10 years or so. I think they make a new one. But this is called the age structure diagram because it lays out the structure of the number of people in each age group. So that's just interesting. So what are things the populations need to grow successfully? They need space, right? They need to be able to spread out so they aren't on each other with competition and disease and whatnot. They need all the resources to make them successful. So food, water, shelter, the ability to, cleanliness, things like that. If the population grows too fast, you could run out of space, run out of resources, because then there's not enough time to get more resources. So that can cause, if the population goes too fast, they're going to reach their carrying capacity a lot faster, and then they are going to decrease due to all those density-dependent limiting factors we talked about. Disease, predation, and whatnot. So that is the end of 4.2. Super short and sweet. Let me know if you have questions.